All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boring Reviews in Boring Land. Nick here.
Gabe.
And we are ready to give you the culmination, episode 9 of Mirzapur. Obviously, we're not going to do a season review because that's what all these episodes are about. We will give our final grade for this show. If you've been watching our reviews, obviously we've been loving this show.
It's amazing.
We're going to give you our grade based on the overall season, how we felt about it at the end of this video. Don't skip ahead yet. But we're going to jump right into episode 9. Before we jump, don't forget to like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Let's get all that out of the way. Let's push all those buttons right now if you haven't done so already so that we can sit back and enjoy this video. Now, episode 9. I did not see this episode being organized in the way it was. Right. I want to say most of it, besides the storyline with Butler Boy, most of it took place in that wedding reception, that ceremony. And if it's not a wedding reception, forgive me, that's what we would call it here in the States. You get married and then you have your party afterwards. Right. And so I did not see the entire episode taking place there, but I absolutely love that it did. It raised the stakes. We're going to stay in this place, besides a few little stories here and there. But, I mean, how can you not talk about this episode without jumping right into spoilers? I'm going to contain myself and not go right to the end. But basically, you have, and what's the man's name? The guy who was one of the dealers that worked with Colleen. You have the guy, Zora or something like that. I can't remember what his name is. Right. But his daughter's getting married. Right. And it's the wedding reception. Right. And why is Gudu and Bablu there?
Well, they're there because the daughter is friends with their younger sister.
Yeah, Dimpy is.
So they're Dimpy's, yeah, exactly, is friends with their younger sister. They're, mind you, okay, Gouda is not even in his right frame of mind right now. They're still reeling from the loss. They now know, okay, Colleen obviously set this thing up, so now we have no allies. We're in a bad position, so they're almost on the lam, so to speak. You know, they're on the run. And they end up going to this wedding reception, which the first thing I was thinking to myself was, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
I thought the same thing.
I'd be in hiding. Weird. I would be in hiding. But again, it goes to your point that, you know, Guru, man, this guy is just, he's nuts. There's no fear in his heart, you know? And Babulu just kind of goes with whatever his brother says. And it's like, okay, this is the situation. It is what it is. He doesn't even fear Mr. Tripathi. He's more angry about the situation than anything because he knows that he got robbed out of that Mr. Universe.
Yeah, and I'm sure in the back of his mind he's thinking, because he's got so much bravado. He's got such a big ego. Gudu does. I feel like he thinks that, you know, we're going to go to this because no one's going to touch us, and after this, we'll take care of Mr. Tripathi.
Yeah, I couldn't even understand. If it were me, first thing I would have done was go to Junipar, get those guys that are now allied to me because I took out their boss, and I'm like, look, we're at war with them. I'm the boss over here now, whatever.
I'm telling you. The last thing I would have done was gone to a reception. If my sister or my new wife or whatever tells me to, I'm going to say, are you crazy? Right now? No.
Not even a little bit.
I got to take care of some business.
We kind of skimmed over on the last review of the episode that the police officer that sent all the guys to hit them, he was super upset that the hit didn't go down because now he knows that they're going to be aware to it. And, you know, it was one of those situations where they finally get the drug dealers that Babalu has employed, the ladies of the street, to break. They get them to break. They discover the drugs on them or whatnot. And once by beating them, I mean, police brutality,
it was hard to watch.
It was hard to watch.
And even when he goes into the van and he's just completely humiliating them. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. I mean, that was hard. Your heart goes out.
Right. It was definitely a tough scene to see, and it was, but it was a reality. You know what I mean? Of police brutality and what happens in those situations. So in any event, he finally knows what's going down. But remember, Tripathi has ears everywhere. So now Tripathi knows through Sweetie's dad that, hey, this guy's coming after you. So he's like, he's coming after me. Okay, he's got basically nobody respects me anymore. This old man is, and he's not even old. His dad is old, but he's like to the point where nobody respects me. Okay. And he says, it's time for everybody to remember, you know, why they fear us. And he said that at the end of the last episode or whatnot. I did not see this coming because that's another storyline. There's three basically. The wedding reception, which is Muna's storyline. He ends up driving to this place. It's him, and we're talking about Colleen. Him and Makpul, right? And it's like a field. And when you get to the field, he's got the police department, like all the guy and his rogue guys out there, like showing them, this is my town. I run this place. So that's Colleen's storyline. And then we got Grandpa's storyline, which arguably is probably the craziest. Wow.
Butler boy
got it. He deserved to get it.
No one deserves that. No one deserves that.
That was raw.
Let's just talk about his storyline right now.
All right, let's get Grandpa's storyline.
So he knows that Bina is hooking up with Butler Boy.
Right.
He knows about it, and he knows how messed up it is, obviously. And so he has Butler Boy make his favorite dessert, because it's going to be his last thing he does. Carrot cake or carrot pudding, whatever it is. And so then he's talking to What's-Her-Face, and he's like, I know what you're doing. It's not going to happen no more. We're going to take care of this kid. But, and I think this happens before they take care of him.
Yeah, it does.
But you're now going to hook up with me, so to speak, because we're going to keep the seed in the family.
The chapati seed.
If you're going to step out on my son, it's going to be within the family. So get on right now. I mean, and it was...
I couldn't believe that. Like, oh man, Grandpa is the most gangster.
I didn't understand that fully, because you're also disrespecting your son.
Right.
Now, maybe in his mind, she's dead no matter what, so he might as well this or that, but... What was the point of that? Is he trying to get back at his son for choosing her as a wife? That can't be trusted?
I think that Grandpa still sees what we saw initially, and what he even said, it goes back to probably like episode 1 or 2, where Muna's a disappointment, and what did he say? Have another son. Okay, that was his response. Like, what do I do with Muna? Have another son. Like, he's not fit to lead. So Grandpa's like, if Muna's not going to be able to lead this family moving forward, then you need to have another son. And obviously he knows his son can't at this point. So he's like, we need another chapati seed, because they just care about the business going.
I didn't think about that. That makes a lot of sense.
I didn't see. That was mad. I can't believe he did that. But anyway, after Grandpa handles business and puts the chapati seed in her, so to speak, okay, now here he goes to deal with Butler Boy. He said he's going to pay his penance too. Now,
wrong.
He's got Butler Boy tied up in the bed. I'm only assuming he had some henchmen do it, because there's no way he could do it. He can't get out of the wheelchair. And he tells her to go and get him excited. So she goes and gets him excited, and Butler Boy is panicking. You can see him trying to, struggle. He's tied up to the bed.
If you know who Lorena Bobbitt is, okay, from the 90s, Lorena Bobbitt, this is what happened to this poor Butler Boy.
And she gets the meat cleaver, and she Lorena Bobbitt's him right there. Holy cow.
Off with his head.
He said off with his head. Is that a pun there? Off with his head. Hilarious.
No.
That was like one of the most gruesome scenes.
Not just that, but the blood.
Oh my gosh, it was so much of it. It was, but this old man was ruthless, so he had her chop it off right then and there.
Wrong.
And I'm like, man, and then the whole time he's sitting there chilling, eating his carrot cake with his gun on the side. This is the most gangster old dude ever. I'm telling you, he is the true epitome of darkness.
The man does nothing for the first 6 episodes, and then all of a sudden he's just like this big old gangster.
Oh man, and I mean that's so there he's, and that was the whole thing about this episode. We're gonna remind this town why they fear us. Now they know why we fear the old men. Second storyline is Colleen's. He's got the police department, or not the whole police department, but the super cop that they send into town, and his trusted guys all out in the field. And you look around, and he's probably got 50 dudes out there. Like, bro, the town that you work for, I run. And he tells him that to his face. And I thought it was just going to be a threat or whatnot. But no, he's executing these officers right in front of him. I'm like, wow, he is such a gangster. Like, I had lost a little bit of respect for him, even though he was there's some reason we started watching this show, because we're fans from Vicky Please and other movies we've seen him in. But he finally started being that notorious gangster that people fear again. And he was like, when you dealt with me the first time, you were dealing with a businessman. That was the best line, I think, of the entire show. He said, I've met you before. That's what the cop tells him. And he said, no. When you met me the first time, you were dealing with a businessman. Now you're dealing with a Don. Like, oh man, the way he delivered that line, I was like, okay, I'm a fan again. Oh.
He says, oh,
I was a fan
this guy
again.
gets crazy.
He executes the other two cops right there. I don't remember. He didn't kill the super cop though, right? He lets him live, but he kills his trusted men or whatnot.
Sure, I'm running a blank right now. I don't think so.
But he's just, again, exerting his power at that point. And now they got the cops taken care of. And now I'll leave the wedding to you. Because I know that this was heartbreaking for you.
So, I mean, you got Muna in there. Well, first you have Gudu and Bablu and their dates. And they're just kind of having a good time. And, you know, they're looking dapper and whatnot. But Muna, he's going to go in there and take care of some business. So when he first walks in, and the father of the bride, I think it's Zara, he gets up and he basically, Muna, what's going on? This is my family. This is my thing. Muna doesn't care. He can care less about this guy.
I don't care who you are.
He just starts, I mean, and it was almost kind of raw and real. I mean, he just starts shooting off his gun in that reception hall. And he starts going after Bablu and Muna. Bablu, he's in the bathroom right now because he is...
detoxing, I'm assuming.
Yes. Thank you, yeah. And Sweetie's like, what's going on with you? You seem off. Oh, I'm fine. Goes to the bathroom. He's detoxing. I don't think he takes a pill. I think he, like, fights that battle.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna move on. Comes out to all of these shots happening. And, I mean, it's just...
He goes to react, and he realizes
it's just crazy.
He forgot his gun in the bathroom.
Yes.
Now, before that, though, I don't understand one thing. Okay, Babalu saw this coming because he already saw that the guy was watching him, and he does creep up on him at
you're right.
point.
Yes, that one guy, he comes up to him like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he got the jump on him.
But before that, the minute the guy was watching me, I wouldn't have even done that. I'm getting everybody out like we've been recognized. Let's go. Okay, you know you're being hunted. You know what's going on, but he doesn't do that. He chooses to confront the guy, put the gun to his back or whatnot. Like, I seen you watching me all night. What's going on? The guy's like, no, nothing. Of course, the guy had already called Muna and said, hey, they're here or whatnot. And Babalu caught that out of the corner of his eyes. Gouda went to the bathroom. He left his gun there. He comes out and Muna even says, all I want are the Pandit brothers, okay? Where are the Pandit brothers? And he shoots his gun in the air or whatever. He's got the bride and her husband, on the couch right there with his henchmen right to the gun to their face.
Gun right to him, yep.
It is absolute pandemonium in there. It's crazy. Your boy comes out of the bathroom, and when he comes out of the bathroom...
The worst thing that happens is he can't find that. I mean, Bablu is freaking out. He wants to get to Golu. Golu sees a gun right there. She picks it up, but she hesitates. She messes it up. She's not able to get to Muna. And, the saddest thing is you got Sweetie that goes down, right? Bablu, he goes down. And it's like, what? And not just that, but Bablu gets that shot to the top of the head near the end to finish it off, like where you think, okay, he can come back from this. No problem.
You jumped way.
I know, but this is what I want to focus on. You got Sweetie that goes down. We've been talking about who's going to die and who's not. You got Bablu that goes down.
Okay.
Golu, who eventually is able to overcome and at least do something. You got Gouda, who gets shot a few times. I thought he was definitely going to go. You have all of this stuff in shambles. Muna is holding his posture and is being stoic for most of it, but then it gets a little too real for him. And when Golu tries to shoot him, he's able to get out of there. There's all this craziness that happens. And Goudu survives. Muna's not able to finish the job. Right. Goudu survives and Golu survives. But I did not, even though I've been predicting Sweetie and Goudu going, I did not see Bablu going. I really did not see Sweetie going now. And maybe that's why they got married in episode 8, so that was more of an effect on Goudu once he's finally cleaned himself up.
Right.
I mean, there's more details that we missed, but I got to focus on the end of this season. You have one of the two main characters, he's gone. He's done.
Right.
And I had predicted a few episodes before that both of them would go, or that one of them would go,
right.
Goudu, and then Bablu would work with his dad to get back revenge on the Tripathis.
Right.
But I'm so mad that Bablu had to go. I mean, I didn't see that coming. And I'm very upset about that because I didn't think that he had to. Right. I wanted to see more of what was happening because they were set up his character to be the thinker.
Right. You
take him out of the equation, and now it's just Goudu to his own. I mean, season 2 is going to be awesome for the first 2 episodes, But who are they going to replace with that Babalu character?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Well, I think you're so heartbroken because the heroes, and you was like, who do you root for in the show anymore? I love the good guys. Well, you got to realize, again, in this world, there's not too many good guys. And even if you think of the Panda Brothers as good guys, are they really good guys? No, they did what they had to do, but
they are our heroes that we're following.
There are heroes that you're following. You're right about that.
One of our heroes, one of our two main heroes went down. None of the bad guys went down.
But it's like his dad. There was foreshadowing here. Remember when Babalu's having a conversation with his dad when they're back at the house. I think it was like episode 7, and he's like, I just truly can't see what's at the end of the tunnel. And his dad said, you know what's at the end of this life. You either die or you go to jail. And I mean, it was just he told for the first time, he told his dad, I'm scared, and his dad told him, you should be, because there's only 2 ways this is gonna end up. And I think that it shows that ultimately Babalu is not built for this world. Okay, maybe, and I mean the world of gangsters. Maybe Guru is, but Babalu's not. Okay, regardless of what we think of Guru's impulsiveness, is that impulsiveness that has put fear in other people's heart, where if we had solved it Babalu's way when they were in Juniper, they probably would have both died right then and there. Because they would have been like, no, we're not going to join you. What? You're not going to join me? Fine, we'll kill you guys right here. But it was Guru's impulsiveness to kill the head guy and tell everybody else, you're with me or you all die. Like, oh, we'll lay down our arms. You know what I mean?
This show went against the formula. And
that's what I love.
They skipped episode 4 in New Hope, and they went right to the end of Empire Strikes Back. They went right to it in season 1.
Yeah, I love it.
You got some serious psychological problems, man.
And you know what's funny? I think that you just got the whole picture, and even at the wedding, right? Munu's having a little bit of exposition, of course, and he's talking and whatnot, and he even says, you guys taught me a lot. Put the brains and the brawn together, and he's almost gloating because now his foes are all down. And I mean, there was a quick shootout that we jumped over or whatnot. We don't want to ruin the scene by scene for you or whatnot, but basically they've incapacitated both Babalu and Gouda. There was a shootout, and it's funny because Babalu's on the ground. He's struggling to get up, but he can't because he got shot in the shoulder, shot in the knee. He's down for the count. If they had made him get up and somehow heroically take him out, then I would have been mad at the show. Like, that's so not believable. But they were true to form. Like, no, he's not a hero. He's not going to find his way out of this. And then Babalu's on the ground, and he got shot as well, and he's bleeding out. And then Sweetie tells him, please don't do this because I'm pregnant. And that's what really, you were talking about he's going to go unhinged. That was the minute you saw his eyes. He wasn't going to do it
until she said that.
When she said that, that's when he went unhinged. Like, you're what? I loved you. And he shoots her right in the stomach.
No, it's jacked up.
Wow, that was a rough scene.
What have I been saying for the last 4 episodes? There's going to be an eruption. There's the eruption.
That was his eruption.
And I did not watch the end of the season when I was saying that, but I knew it was coming. And even though I was looking forward to it, I'm so sad it happened.
It was such a vile reaction.
I'm surprised this show went that far.
And then one of the coolest shots I've ever seen. He's like, yo, I'm gonna kill your brother now. So he goes up to him and he's telling Guru this. He says, I'm gonna kill you last because I want you to see, because he's blaming everything on Guru, what you did to your own brother.
Because Guru beat him in episode 1. He wants to get that revenge.
Episode 1, took his girl, knocked her up. So he goes to his brother with a shotgun. Everybody's yelling, no, cry, ah! And then all of a sudden he just waits till it calms down. He's like, and all of a sudden everybody, you see Guru like crying, and he opens his eyes. He's like, oh yeah, open your eye. I want you to see this. Boom! And he splits his wig. It comes out. Stop. Oh, that was the most gruesome scene I've ever seen in all cinema. But especially the way he did it. Everybody's yelling, he wanted to wait till they calmed down and were actually looking like, oh wait, maybe he's not gonna do it. And once they stop crying and they open their eyes and look, that's when he does it. Have you ever seen anything like that in forget about American, Hindi, Bollywood, any type of film? That's the most gangster thing. He might as well have, let me tape your eyes open so you can see this. That would have been a little bit more gangster. Like, I want you to see this.
Checked up.
Oh man, and you can tell Nick is hurting because his boy just died. He loves Babalu, but he split his wig. I did not see them taking out one of the main characters like that. And if it was gonna be one, it was gonna be the impulsive one that's caused all the carnage in this season. Not the quote unquote good kid. You know what I mean? But again, it just shows good kids aren't built for this kind of world. And at the end, and it's basically through luck that there's a gun on the floor. Guru tells Gulu to pick it up. Gulu picks it up, shoots. She misses Muna, but she ends up shooting the guy that's holding I forget that other arms dealer's daughter hostage. So now his men can shoot and retaliate because he's no longer worried about his daughter getting shot, even though her husband got killed. And Muna's like, oops, sorry. That's what he told. That was a funny scene too. He was like, sorry.
Not the first time I've done that to a groom.
Yeah, not the first time I've done that to a groom. He is my new favorite character, bro.
No, I can't wait for him to get his comeuppance.
Oh, now, at the end of the season, though, there was somebody that was there that puts up the gold gun.
Yes, he starts okay, so let's talk about that. I almost forgot about that. The guy who's shaving his head,
yes.
Right? Is that Shankar's son? The one that was going off to college?
That's got to be Shankar's son who's going off to college, because that was Shankar's gun. Remember the gold one? He's got that gold gun. So he puts up the gold gun. And remember, Shankar's son doesn't even want anything to do with this world.
We said earlier in episode 3 or so that he seemed really smart, like he's got his wits about him. The thing I loved about that, and I'm not sure if the showrunners were doing this on purpose. I'm not sure if there's anyone running the show of Mirzapur that did Gangs of Wasseypur. But that totally took me back to where you got the main guy, Minaj's character, Sardar? Can't remember his name. But Minaj's character in Gangs of Wasseypur, when his father gets killed, what does he do? He shaves his head, and I'm going to keep it shaved until I get revenge for my father. Right. And this guy, I'm not sure if that's a gangster culture type thing, but he starts shaving that. I mean, he's got a full head of hair too, and he's just shaving it. And that's who I think it is. I think it's Shankar's son, and he's gonna get revenge for his father.
Oh, he's gonna try.
And I can't wait because this guy.
Now, is he gonna get revenge? Smart. Versus, this will be a smart thing for the showrunners. Oh. Is he getting revenge against the Chapatis, or is he gonna get revenge against Gouda?
So, if they follow the formula, the first 4 or so episodes, he's going to go after Gudu. Okay? Right. That's just obvious because that's the guy who killed him. And then when he realizes that his real enemy is the Tripathis,
right,
then they're going to have this love-hate relationship, like a buddy cop thing.
Right.
And then they're going to come and join forces. But I see the first 4 episodes, I see Gudu as the hunted.
And, again, we're getting into predictions for next season.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Gudu's now, he's been shot in the shoulder, shot in the leg. He survives the attack, and he's with Gulu. So here goes, again, brains, because Gulu's smart, and she won that election. So brains and brawn, okay, so he's got a shot. But now you've got the Chapati family coming after him. You just killed Juniper. There's going to be some repercussions for that. The guy's shaving his head. He's got his dad's gold gun or whatnot. So he's going to be the hunted, like you said. He still has an opportunity to earn my heart again if he does some ruthless things. First thing I would do. Okay, listen. If it were me, first thing I would do is go for the weakest. And the weakest of the herd is Grandpa. He's in a wheelchair. I'm taking out Grandpa, okay?
I'm not sure how weak that guy is. Physically, yes, but not mentally.
You know what I mean? But at this point, he's got no choice. Another thing I didn't even think about, what is going on with the family? I hope his dad is not like hell-bent on staying in Mirzapur, because your son just got killed. His arch nemesis is not in trouble.
You think he would leave? This guy is so stubborn. I'm telling you, he's so stuck on being the good guy, and that's why I love him. But there's no way. He's not going to be fair.
Colleen showed him showed the cop what happens to good guys in Mirzapur.
I do hope that he has a bigger role and he's able to use the law, because they kind of set up like this lawyer's going to be a big character in the first episode, and they just stepped aside. It was like they were writing it and they were just so excited about the other characters they forgot about him, because you have to have some conflict for the Chapatis, because right now they have all the power. They have no Ruddy Shankar. They have no Bablu. All they have is Gudu, who's a wounded animal. They have nobody in conflict to them. They even took control of the police again. So you've got to create that conflict. So I believe the Panda, he's going to reach out to some minister or some guy who's in charge and come in and bring that pressure. Maybe he sides with that JP Yadav, the politician that's a little wounded with his ego. I don't know. But I am ready to talk about my grade for this show. I'll go first.
No? Okay, I'll let you go.
Okay, go ahead.
A+, A+. I called Nick and I said, listen, because we watched these almost back to back. We watched episode 8 and was like, dude, we can't wait that long. We got to watch episode 9 right away. So after episode 9, I said, I feel like such a traitor. I still love Faisal. Okay, his acting is so good. Nuance. So, okay, yeah, Nuaz, but I still call him Faisal. But you know what? even though Sacred Games is awesome and his acting is superb in Sacred Games is not as good as Mirzapur. And I'm going to go a step further. Mirzapur may be the best show on Amazon Prime. Better than The Boys. Better than this. And yes, because it's the bad guys and you know who I am. But man, A+, A+, A+. I can't wait for season 2. I cannot wait for season 2.
I think a lot of people... Now, this show came out in 2018, so it's interesting that season 2 didn't come out in 2019.
What are you doing to me?
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? That's cool because we can catch it fresh.
So imagine, imagine those fans that watched it right when it came out. I think it was September 2018. How long have they been waiting?
Oh.
So my grade for this show, I'm trying to think of my negatives, and there's not too many of them. The only negative I can think of, and it's teeny tiny small, is I wish there was a little more thought put into these characters on what's gonna happen. I wanted to see what was Macpool doing, and he turned out just to be, just a henchman. He had no real storyline.
Right.
Really. I wanted to know what was Mr. Panic gonna do, the lawyer. There was no real storyline for him.
Right.
I thought there was gonna be more between Butler Boy and actually Mr. Chapathi. I actually thought there was like a little something between the two of them, oddly enough, and there wasn't. And that's just me thinking too much about this show, and thinking this show is something that it may not be exactly.
Right.
But I'm still giving it an A+. It's too easy not to give it an A+. And the reason why is with Sacred Games, Family Man, and Mirzapur, the 3 TV shows I've watched that are Indian TV series, I have enjoyed them all. With Sacred Games, I enjoyed it a whole lot. You have a review for it. I still stand by the grade I gave it. But there were some episodes that had some slow parts.
Right.
There were some episodes I had to find myself forcing to continue all the way through.
Right.
With Family Man, it was that way for the first 3 episodes, but in the last 7, I was completely hooked.
Amazing.
I loved the music. I loved everything else. But those first 3 were kind of hard. With Mirzapur, episode 1, minute 1, I was hooked the entire time. Each episode went by literally like it was 20 minutes and not 45.
Right.
I love the music. I love the act. I mean, the acting's fantastic. I love how the actor, I think his name is Ali Faisal, who played Guru, he transformed his body for this role, and he gives such a performance. I love the character progression in this show. And even the lighting. It's a very dark lit series, but that's what you kind of have to have in this dark world. I love the world they created. I'm not sure if Mirzapur is really like that. We've had some comments say it's nothing like that. Some comments that say, yeah, it's kind of rough out here, but not to that degree. There was so much about this series that I loved, and it was so well put together, even though it was on very dark material. Right. If there are any kids watching this is not the show for you.
No way.
Very, very dark material, but, I mean, there's nothing bad about it. For me, it's better than those other 2 shows that I mentioned, because every episode I was completely invested in, and the 2 I mentioned were my least favorite. I still loved every minute of those episodes, and I couldn't wait for it to keep going. I like that they didn't try to put too much into this. They put a lot, but not too many storylines. And even though I hated seeing my hero die in the show, and this or that, and Sweetie die in the way she died, I loved every minute of that episode. It was so well done. A+ easily.
No. And you know what? I think that a show is good when it can give you an emotional gut punch. And Nick was heartbroken. Like, you guys see even now in the reaction when he's talking about it, you can see like he was, noticeably upset because, man, they just took out the Sweetie in this, we understand it's television, but you've built up that relationship with these characters and these heroes and heroines, and then when it happens, it's an emotional gut punch. Like you said, they went off script. This never happens. You do not take out one of the main characters ever, one of the most popular characters ever. And I tell you what, the showrunners have some guts. Walking Dead, it would be like the equivalent of them at the end of season 1 in Walking Dead having killed Shane, which they didn't, which was what people were expecting because he died in the comic books early on, or even taking out Rick. Rick has survived everything at this point, right? But they knew they can't take him out. They can't take out Andrew Reed as his character because they're so popular. They went off script, and I love it. I absolutely love it. A+. The Boys is also a really good show on Amazon Prime. I mean, Amazon Prime has some good stuff on there.
I haven't seen too many quality American series. I haven't watched them all. I haven't watched The Boys. But I agree with you. It is the best series.
It is the best show
that's on there.
I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, guys, anybody else who's watching this channel, if you're on here for some of our other content, check this out. It is on par with The Sopranos, okay? It's on par with some of the best gangster shows of all time. Man, I can't wait till season 2.
And if you haven't seen our other reviews for each episode, we have one for every episode. They're about 30 minutes long, so as long as you have 4.5 hours dedicated to it, almost as long as the entire series, then sit back and enjoy it in our playlist that we have from Mirzapur. But thanks so much for whoever it was that first suggested it to us. There was quite a few names, obviously. Absolutely love the show, as you can tell. Can't wait for the next one. Look for our Sacred Games Season 2 trailer reaction. That'll be coming very soon. Very, very soon, because that'll be the next series that we delve into.
Faisal, I still love you. Come on, Noas.
And Gaitonde. And until next time.
We all know all things.